there are people who have invested in us. And so an opportunity to give a little back for those who are going to follow us, it's just the right thing to do.
The transfer of wealth is this incredible opportunity for Nebraska. In the next 10 years, we're going to see $100 billion transfer from one generation to the next. Much of that money will go to heirs. Some will go to taxes. What we're asking generous Nebraskans to do is to think about contributing 5% to their favorite local charities, including their hometowns. That's, if you take 5% of $100 billion, that's $5 billion that can be used as a margin of excellence to build our hometowns for the next generation.
Hello, sweetie.
We think that in the next 20 years, 71 of Nebraska's 93 counties will be reaching their peak transfer of wealth. And in fact, some counties are already reaching their peak transfer of wealth today. So this isn't something we should just be talking about. The transfer of wealth is something we should be acting upon with all urgency and haste.
So please do it while everything's kind of good yet.
You have to look in the mirror. What am I going to do about it? What's my responsibility? I mean, if you take my case, I've got a child in Omaha and I've got a child in Ames, Iowa. When I pass, they get the farm and they're welcome to sell it. Where's that money going to go? It's going to go to Omaha and Ames, Iowa. And so I think maybe the better decision may be to say, wait a minute, if I want to take part of that farm and give it to rural Nebraska, what would that look like? So you could designate a certain amount, you could designate a certain percentage. It doesn't have to be the whole thing. Maybe you give the kids 40% instead of 50%, if I have 2 children, for instance. Or we can come up with any plan you want to. The point is, what is our commitment to rural Nebraska, and how are we going to make Main Street stronger in our rural communities? That should be maybe one of our goals. And if that is, then amend your plan to make that happen.
With the 2021 Transfer of Wealth study, Nebraska Community Foundation launched the 5 to Thrive campaign. And 5 to Thrive is a call to action. It is asking all generous Nebraskans to consider leaving just 5% of their assets to their favorite hometown or to a charitable cause that's near and dear to them. If everyone did this, if everyone left 5, that would equate to $47 billion that could be reinvested in our communities to make our communities the kinds of places that people want to move back, raise their kids, that have all kinds of amazing amenities. There's really big power in numbers. If everyone did this, just think of the amazing things that could happen.
I think we should all think about what we want our fingerprint to be. We're going to leave one regardless. And we think about the people who have left fingerprints that we're benefiting from. We, as stewards who are taking care of the community today, need to at least consider, what do we want our fingerprint to be 20, 30 years from now, when the people who are currently in charge of the community look back? What are we going to do today that's going to make life and things better for them down the road? What do we want our fingerprint to be?